Good afternoon, fellow traders. Black Coffee Trader coming to you on Friday, October the 11th. And we had another strong, good day today, up 441 bucks across the four PAs, $110 average, consistent, getting profits. And I'm just really happy with where this week has gone, where this month is going, and where my trading is going in general. I'm really being patient, looking for A setups, A plus, A minus. I'm looking for good setups. Being patient, taking those, and it is paying off in spades. I'm very, very happy with it. I'm not, at a point where I'm like, oh, we're going to be green all the time. That's not the point. But the point is, taking good setups makes a big difference. Happy with the drawdown. I've got that back to over $1,000 per account. That was down to like 600 at one point. So definitely good to see that back. And still heading in the right direction. But yeah, just a very solid week. Looking at TradeZella for today, 441, 76% win rate, very nice win rate. The other thing too is my average win-loss. I'm really starting to pay attention to that. The losing trade I had today, I did cut it quickly, and I actually cut it too quickly. I'll talk more about that in a minute, but I did start to track my R multiple today, which I'll dive into that in a minute here. But the last 3 days, I've had very, very solid days. About $1,000, $1,300 over the last 3 days. Nice and consistent, 80% win rate, about average 80% over the last 3 days. This week we're up 700, so very good on the week, and we're just slightly green on the month, up $34, which is essentially break even. But you know what? It's green, and by golly, I haven't seen a green month in a while. So hopefully we can put together another green week next week, and we can start to build on this, and maybe we can finally push ourselves back in the other direction. I definitely feel a lot better about my trading. I'm very confident in the trades I do take, and it just really puts me in a different space. And I really like the analytics and stuff that I've got set up. For example, let's just dive into this specific trade. Here's a trade that has an R multiple. The realized R multiple is 0.44. My planned R multiple is 0.8. So essentially what that means is I am risking a bigger loss than what is my profit goal. And I want to try to change that. And basically to flip-flop that, you would have to, let's say I have a drawdown or a stop loss of $100 for easy math. In order for this to be a 1 R multiple, my profit target has to be 100. So you can see here, my initial profit target is 100. And I'm taking that as if I get a 10-point trade. Even though I'm taking some contracts off early, if I get a 10-point trade, it's $100. But my stop loss is at 125 on this specific trade. So if I get a win, I'm only at 0.8. I would like to see, I feel like I need to work on getting this up to I'd love to get it up to 2. And I think what would happen if I did that, I would see this number improved, where my average win is bigger than my average loss. Now, I can get away with this because my win rate is fairly decent. I'm usually in the 60th percentile, 60% or better. So that helps, but I'm looking at it, how can I be even better? What if I made some adjustments to my ATM strategy, got out of a losing trade more quickly, and held on to my winners a little bit longer? So those are a couple things that I'm working on. Playbook today. Today's trades, Hitchhiker, we had 17 of those. I did have a reverse position on one. And key level trades had 4 of those. That was for one trade, copy trading on 4 accounts, but 100% win rate. So very nice trade there. And then this Hitchhiker trade still in the 70% range. This month, let's look at where some of these numbers are at for this month. VWAP cross, 15 trades, 60% win rate. Break and retest, 20 trades, 60% win rate. Those are really good. Key level trade, 57 trades, 61% win rate, which is okay. Hitchhiker trade, 71% win rate, which is good. Actually, the win rate on all of those is really good. What I need to focus on is the profit factor, like right here, basically cutting the losing trades a little bit more quickly. So that's something that I'm going to be working on as we move forward. But yeah, that's the month where we're at, and I'm very, very happy with that. So let's dive into the trades themselves. Looking at the couple trades I took on NQ today. Let's just zoom in here so we can see a little bit better. This one was a key level trade this morning. Again, this is a trade setup that I'm still working on getting a defined entry, and this I'm really just taking the entries on the key level based on my intuition of where the market's at, how it's reacting. Do I think the level is going to hold? In this case, I felt like it did, and I was correct. I got out of there with a full 10 points. But I took some profit early, which is my ATM strategy. But here's the thing that I really noticed. Look at the upside potential here. Had I just had a bigger profit target and allowed this trade to run more, I could have really made my day on that trade. So I really want to focus on that. And I'm going to try to, maybe this weekend I'll spend some time working on my ATM and maybe tweak a couple of things. We're not going to go crazy. We're not going to make big changes because what I'm doing is working, but I also am leaving some dollars on the table, and I want to fix that and hopefully improve the wins. The second trade here was a hitchhiker trade. I would say this is an A- setup, not quite a perfect setup, but it was a hitchhiker setup. I took a 5-point profit, my first profit target, $30. And then I did stop out for just a small loss there of $4, but a net profit of 26. Not a big profit, but I should have, if I would have not stopped that out, it would have hit my stop loss, which would have still been a profitable trade by a few dollars based on my ATM strategy. Because once my first profit target is hit, my stop loss jumps up. I'm still in a loss, but it jumps up to where even if it hits it, I'm not going red on the trade, net red on the trade. But I should have really killed this early. We were sluggish up here, and I had opportunity to just get out again, with the remaining 2 contracts at 5 points, which would have been another like $20. So I probably left a good $20 on the table on that trade. I think those are the only 2 that I took on NQ today. Yes, that's the only 2 I took on NQ. I took, here was a really nice, okay, yeah, I want to talk about this. This was the mismanaged trade. We'll do this one first. This is the one I took this afternoon. This was a hitchhiker setup, a very, very good hitchhiker setup. Unfortunately, we did kind of have to sit through some drawdown here, but this was a very good hitchhiker setup. Got out of there with a full, let's see, on this specific trade, I think I got out of here with about 15 points, not the full 20. I did cut it a little early, and again, I should have let this run a little bit more, and we would have gotten even more money out of this trade. The way it is, $16, so $30 there, so there's a $60 trade. But nice setup there, took the entry, and got some nice profit there. Here's the one that helped my win rate, or the average win versus loss, but I mismanaged this a little bit based on the current ATM setup. So the blue line that I drew here is where my stop loss is. When I entered the trade right here in this green mark, there's my stop loss. This is 5 points, the top blue line. As you can see, I would have got my 5 points. So what happened is this wicked back down. This again is a hitchhiker setup, not quite like picture perfect, but definitely an A setup for sure. This started to wick down, and I just immediately killed it. And here's why. I have to be honest with you. I was up on the day, and I was trading with my P&L, which is something you should not do, and I didn't want to lose money. If I don't want to lose money, I shouldn't take the trade. Let's just put it that way. That's what I need to work on mentally. So what I did when this started to blitz, it's kind of a quick move down, and I'm like, oh crap, it's going to fall apart, and I just killed it. So I killed it for $60. What happened next is this candle went up. It would have hit that first profit target, which means I would have gotten out with at least a minimum of $30. Even if this trade would have come back and stopped me out, break even, I would have had at least $30. I probably could have got out of there with $40 or $50 in profit on that trade. Yes, it fell apart. So it wasn't, I probably shouldn't have taken the trade initially. However, I could have had $90 per account more than what I did, because I have a $60 loss, and I should have had a minimum of a $30 win. That's $90 times 4 is $360. So I left another $360 on the table, which puts us up to $800 on the day had I managed that trade correctly. That's how I think. So just kind of sharing that, I was pretty frustrated with myself that I knew what I did. I traded based on my P&L, not on letting the trade happen. So I think I took a trade on YM2. Did I take it? Yep, I had a trade on YM this morning. This one worked out pretty well too. I think this might have actually been my first trade of today. And this was here we have a hitchhiker setup and a key level. I took it because of the key level, but we had key level and hitchhiker. It doesn't get a whole lot better than that. When I've got two strategies aligning, I'm going to take that trade, and came out of here. And I left this one on this the last contract. I was hoping this thing would move up, and it kind of went sideways. I should have just left my profit or my stop loss down here. It would not have gotten hit. I'd have been in that trade for maybe a couple of hours, but whoops. That was at the 4,300s, I believe, 43,000s. I would have been in that trade for a couple of hours maybe, but we would have definitely capitalized on that move. So shame on me for cutting that, not allowing that to just play. But I did have a nice full 20 points on that trade as well, out with 10 points here, 5 points here, 10 points there. So happy with that. But yeah, that was really the trades. Just very happy again with being patient, taking A+ setups, and obviously the results speak for themselves, and we had a really good day, and I'm very, very happy about that. So likewise, on evals, I had a very good day on evals. I think we have about 7,000 in profits on evals, and now granted that's not really profit dollars we can stick in our pocket, but I have what happened overnight. I had these two 50K Apex accounts rebill, and I had a 250K account rebill. I've had this account this is like the fourth try, I think. I bought this account, I think, back when it was 90% off, because this is like $30. This account cost me $30. I'm just hanging on to it, trying to pass it, and I'm just being very careful. And what I did with my Apex evals, these top 6 are Apex, no, the top 5 are Apex evals. So a 50K account, I need 3,000. So I'm breaking it into $1,000 a day. I want 3 days to pass it. I'm not going to try to rush this thing and do it in one day. It doesn't matter. So getting it in 3 days, hit the profit target on this one. Bingo. I did not trade the second one. The 250K, I need 15,000 to pass. So if I hit 5,000, which is probably not going to happen, but if I hit 5 grand, I'm done for the day. We were at 2,300 today. Nice start on the account. The 150K accounts, this is when I had up to 55,000 at one point and gave back on a couple of bad trading days. But I need 9,000 on the 150Ks, so I'm setting my target at 3,000 daily. So 3 days at 3,000 gets me to 9,000. We were at 1,100 on this account, 2,300 on this account. So just very, very solid, very good trading. And again, I'm taking my typical setups. I am playing on my evals with a short setup that is working quite well. I need some more time with it before I trust it to trade it with PA accounts. But I have a short setup that is different from anything else that I'm trading. I'm a little bit hesitant to even try to perfect it because it's another setup to look for, and I'm not sure that I like that, but it is working quite well for me on the evals. So I may keep playing with that, and if I really feel like it's good enough to where I can use it with PAs, I'll share it with you. Excuse me. Take profit account. I have this set at 1,500 because I can't have more than 50%. I'm not trying to get to 1,500 in a day. I'm really trying to just be at 600. We had 650 yesterday. We had 597 today. We're at 1,252 in profit there. Well on the way to getting that account passed in the 5-day minimum trading day. So it's a great end to the week. I'm very happy with where I'm at. And it just feels really good to put 3 very strong, very nice winning days together trading micros. And I'm just going to keep refining my process, keep refining my trades, my ATM setup, and just continue to try to mentally stay strong, stick to these key setups, A+ setups, and try to continue to put winning days together. So that is that. Hope you get some value there. And once again, I want to say thank you for hanging out here. If you're new, feel free to like and subscribe. I try to do these update videos every day and take you along on my trading journey. So yeah, feel free to hit that like and subscribe button on the promotional side of things, Apex, we're only at a 50% off evals, $35 resets. I do expect to have some announcements, hopefully by Monday or over this weekend, on new things with Apex. I don't know if there's going to be new things, but we've heard some rumblings, so crossing my fingers and toes, I hope so. Take Profit Trader has the 40% off lifetime, no fees forever, which we are familiar with. So once again, thanks for using my code. BCT gets you that best deal with those prop firms. And once again, thank you. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for hanging out. Have a great weekend. Have a good day on Monday, and I'll do my best to have another update. Hopefully it's a green one on Monday afternoon. Take care, and so long.